I'm Rebecca from engVid. In this lesson, you will learn 10 idioms of time. So these expressions are used in all kinds of situations, whether they're general, whether they're social situations or business contexts. You might hear them anywhere. So it is very useful to be able to understand them. First of all, that's the most important thing you want to be able to do when you learn idioms. And then when you're really sure of the meaning and how to use them, you can also start to use them yourself. Okay? So let's look at what they are. So, the first one, in a heartbeat. Let me give you an example. Life can change in a heartbeat. So what do you think that means? It means life can change immediately, instantly. For example, right now, you decided to watch this video instead of doing something else. You decided to improve your English in a heartbeat. Okay? You can make that decision in a heartbeat. Just like a heart beats fast, right? It beats very quickly. Not necessarily fast, but quickly. In the same way, this expression means quickly, instantly. All right? Next, let's look at the next one. Number 2, around the clock. I'll give you a sentence. See if you understand. They deliver pizza around the clock. Okay? What do you think that means? Around the clock. So it means 24 hours a day. Okay? They deliver pizza at any time of the day or night. Around the clock. All right? That's the meaning of around the clock. 24 hours a day. Good. As we speak. Let me give you an example. They are signing the deal as we speak. They're negotiating the deal as we speak. So what do you think that means, as we speak? It means right now. Right now, as I'm talking to you, this is happening somewhere. So as we speak means right now, at this moment. Usually it's talking about something that's happening somewhere else while you are in one place. Okay? So for example, they are signing the deal as we speak. That means as we are speaking, they are doing that right now. Okay? Let's look at number 4. Against the clock. Okay. We are working against the clock to finish this presentation. All right? What do you think that means? And look at the way that I'm speaking. There's a little bit of anxiety here, right? So when you're working against the clock, you have a deadline and you're trying to finish something before that deadline, before that time limit. Okay? So you're working against the clock. You're working really hard to finish something because you have a deadline and you have to finish by that time. All right? Let's say you have to get in an application by a certain time, or you have to finish a presentation by a certain time because you're meeting your client in the morning. So you're working really hard and you're working against the clock. You don't have enough time. You wish you had more time, but you're working against the clock. It means you're working to a deadline. All right? And at the 11th hour or the 11th hour. So let's take this example forward. Let's say you were working against the clock all night long in order to finish your application or your presentation. And then finally, at the 11th hour, you finished everything. Okay? So what does that mean? At the 11th hour means like just before the deadline. Okay? At the last minute. That's the meaning of the 11th hour. Okay? At the last minute or just before the deadline, just before the time limit. I finished it at the 11th hour. Okay? Or you could say, for example, some students wait to study at the 11th hour before an exam. They don't study all through the year. They wait till the 11th hour to study really hard and crazy. Not recommended. Okay? But it means they wait like till the very end. So let's review these first 5, okay? So if I want to say that something's happening right now, I'm talking to you and something is happening. So which one is that? Number 3, right? As we speak. It's happening as we speak. And suppose you say things can change just like that. Which one is that? Things can change in a heartbeat. Good. And if you want to say that you managed to finish something at the last minute, you could say, I finished it at the 11th hour. Okay? And suppose you want to order pizza. So but it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. So you're looking for a restaurant that delivers at any time. That delivers around the clock, right? Good. And let's say you're under pressure to finish something before a deadline. So you are working against the clock. Number 4. Okay? Now, the way to remember these is to apply them, not just to listen, which is good. You could also note down. Lots of our viewers are actually writing these down and making their own notes, making their own sentences, making their own examples. That's the best thing you can do. Apply it to your life. Think about a time when you were working against the clock. Think about a situation or a restaurant or something in your neighborhood that's open around the clock. Things like that. Apply it. Apply it to your life. Apply it to the life of people you know to make it your own so you really understand it. Okay? Let's go on. Number 6. He woke up at the crack of dawn. Okay? He woke up at the crack of dawn to study before his exam. Any idea? So for that, you need to know what the word dawn means. So dawn is when the sun is just starting to appear. Okay? It's very, very early morning. So he woke up at the crack of dawn means very early in the morning. Like maybe, 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, whatever it is. Okay? It just means very early in the morning. Let's look at the next one. Are you with me? Good, good. Number 7. Ahead of time. Okay. He always arrives ahead of time before an exam. She always arrives ahead of time before an interview. What do you think it means? Ahead of time means before the required time. She arrives early. In other words, it means early. Okay? So, ahead of time means early. Next, let's look at number 8. Behind the times. Okay, there's an S here. Behind the times. So we could say he's a little bit behind the times. He doesn't use email. He writes actual letters. He has a flip phone and not a smartphone. He's a little bit behind the times. Okay? That means not up to date. A little bit old-fashioned, not using the latest technology, not having the latest ideas. Okay? So this is behind the times. Next, out of time. Let me give you an example. The teacher asked me to submit my exam paper right away because I was out of time. The teacher collected my exam paper and she said, I really wanted to finish, but she said, sorry, you're out of time. So what does it mean to be out of time? To not have any time left. Okay? No time left. You're out of time. You have no time left for something. Okay? All right. And the last one, just in time. Okay? That means before, but at the last minute. For example, we arrived just in time to catch the flight. Or we arrived just in time for the meeting. Or we arrived just in time for the wedding. Otherwise, we would have missed it. We would arrive just in time for the movie. It was about to start. Okay? So just before something important was supposed to happen, If you arrive then, for example, then that would be just in time. All right? Good. Are you still with me? Good for you. Let's review these a little bit. So if someone always arrives early, they arrive when? Which of these last 5? Have a look. They arrive ahead of time. Good. Okay, very good. And you have no time left. You can't work on your exam paper anymore. You can't work on your presentation anymore. You have no time left. You are what? Which of these? You are out of time. Yes, I heard you. Good for you. All right. Let's suppose you have a lot of work to do, or you're just a kind of a very super healthy person and you like to wake up really early in the morning. You like to meditate or you like to exercise or something like that. So when do you wake up? You wake up when? At the crack of dawn. Very, very early in the morning. Okay, and let's suppose you arrive somewhere before the last minute, before something important happens. Then you arrive. Which one? Just in time. Right. And what do we leave out? Okay, all right. So let's suppose somebody is not using the latest technology, not using the latest equipment and so on. That person would be what? Behind the times. Okay? So again, if you want to remember them, think to yourself, do I know someone who's behind the times? Yes. Okay? Do I know someone who always arrives ahead of time? Write that down. Make it relevant to something that you can relate to. Okay? Something that makes sense to you and that you always understand. Connect the two. That's what learning is. Connecting new knowledge to something you already have. And that way you remember much better. Okay, it's a memory technique. All right. So if you would like to practice these, of course, which you should do, go to our website at www.engvid.com, and there you can do a full quiz on this. And if you want to go even further to improve your English, please check out my English course, Correct Your English Errors in 10 minutes a day. And there you'll have a chance to improve all aspects of your English very easily and quickly, like I said, in about 10 minutes a day. All right, there are 60 lessons, all kinds of mistakes in grammar, vocabulary, pronunciation, and you have a chance to improve. Just like you took time now, you can take time on a regular basis and really improve your English. Okay, I'll leave a link for you below. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel so you can, and ring the bell so you'll be notified whenever there is a new lesson. Okay? Thanks so much for watching and all the best with your English. Bye for now.